Hey everybody, welcome to the Sky Lounge. And this is Cruise Peruse episode number 116. That's right, boys and girls, our typical journey from the east to the west side. Oh my god. Because the east side is just an absolute disappointment of human beings and city infrastructure, all this shit. Because listen, if none of you motherfuckers live in Las Vegas and don't want to take my word for it, come on down! Come visit Las Vegas, please. And drive eastwards from Las Vegas Boulevard from any fucking street. It doesn't really matter. Sahara, Charleston, Flamingo, doesn't matter. East of Las Vegas Boulevard, it's just a shithole after that point, right? And really, with the FIBA World Cup and the USA national basketball team, you can kind of say the same thing, where the team looks really underwhelming. Yes, the official, 12-man roster? Is that right? 12, 13? I don't really know. I don't really care. Only reason why I care is because it's a World Cup, so it's some form of competitive basketball before the regular season starts. So, hey, that's a bit of a positive note to take. Why the fuck not? Because, if Kyle Kuzma was still in the USA, basketball team without the injury, I would absolutely, and I mean absolutely, watch with anticipation, because I want to see how Kuzma develops in the offseason. I want to see how he plays alongside all-star caliber players. And this is a key word with this FIBA United States World basketball team. All-star caliber. Not necessarily all-stars, are there? A lot of all-star caliber guys. Kemba Walker, Jason Tatum, Jalen, is he in there? I don't fucking know. Jalen Brown, I guess. Mason Plumlee, oh boy. And I know people are saying the 2002 team, but good God, just look at the squad and tell me this is gonna win first place. Really? I don't know, man. I really don't know. I feel like other, nations have caught on. Their talents are there. I mean, if you look at teams like Spain, Serbia, Australia, who just kicked our ass. So, there's a lot of competition there. We can't assume this is the days of old where the USA, a la Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, Dream Team, they're not going to manhandle everybody. That's just not how it's going to work. So, we'll see. Because right now, the landscape of basketball, especially within the realms of the NBA and how, FIBA relates, is this competition's irrelevant. Unfortunate to say. But, yeah, I know, with outside of the NBA for, national teams that have leagues in Europe, Africa, Asia, this is huge for them. This is a huge test for them, absolutely. For the USA, this is kind of dude, if you don't win it, it's kind of embarrassing. If you do win it, all right, cool. What do you want, a fucking medal? You're gonna get a medal, but it's basically a participation badge. Because right now, the focus is on the NBA. If you're in the NBA, your focus is on a potential championship run for any really any given team. Let me just edit that statement a little bit. Yeah, most teams in the NBA. Yeah, you know what? Maybe less than half. All right. Realistically, less than half of the teams in the NBA has a viable chance of getting a championship or making a championship run this next season. And certainly, a team that has a lot of great star caliber players, but didn't really, to my knowledge, didn't really put out any players to this competition are the Houston Rockets. Obviously, signing up Westbrook after a trade. Rockets are looking to rectify seasons and seasons and seasons of choking by extending Eric Gordon to a max extension. Forget the terms. I believe it was like a 3-4 year extension. But kudos to Eric Gordon. Guy's been really, despite the Houston Rockets choking on their own dicks every postseason, Eric Gordon has been the consummate professional and constant consistency within that lineup. And really, there's an argument to be made. Yeah, Lou Williams, fantastic. He is a fantastic sixth man almost every single year. We can absolutely argue. A lot of those, Eric Gordon could easily win it too. Now, that's the whole thing, right? The whole thing is focusing on your team, hoping that early investment can lead way to success later on. And part of that comes not only in, financial transactions to, contract extensions with, a la Eric Gordon, shit like that. Sometimes you got to send players out so that way you can balance the books and hopefully, push that team into contention for, whatever competition you're playing, whether it be, basketball, hockey, football, or even football. That's right, boys and girls. We're going to talk more football because 3 days of football isn't enough, right? Arsenal. Got to talk about Arsenal. My club. Wearing Sin City Gooners, the shirt. I wish I could kind of show it properly here, but this is a green light. Oh, amber lamps. So we're going to make a quick stop. Whoop! Sin City Gooners. That's right, repping it out. God, I am whoring myself out here. Doesn't matter. Because the Sin City Gooners will meet up tomorrow, McMullen's Irish Pub, and we will be watching the North London Derby. But before that, Arsenal has had to transfer out a few players from the Premier League to other leagues because the European transfer deadline is on Monday, boys and girls. So, Nacho Monreal heads out of Arsenal after 250 plus appearances, almost 4 or 5 years, if I'm not mistaken. Actually, more than that, probably 6 years or more. But Nacho Monreal is headed over to Real Sociedad. Best of luck to Nacho Monreal. Nothing but love here. He's been an absolute professional, since really day one, where Wenger had to play him out of position as center back. Versatile left back, center back. He's been such a great servant to this club. Obviously, a key contributor in those 3 FA Cups that we've won since 2014. One of the biggest things I remember about Nacho Monreal is that equalizer against Manchester United in the FA Cup. Was it semifinals? And then Danny Welbeck scored the winner. It was an unbelievable game. Monreal is one of those players where, yeah, he can make a mistake during the game, but you can overlook it because he seems like such a good guy, and he is a good, decent person, right? And so, as a Gunner, I wish nothing but the best of luck to Nacho Monreal in his future career with Real Sociedad, and hopefully in the near future we can see him, against Real Sociedad, friendlies, or even competitive fixtures in Europa, or hell, even the Champions League one of these days. Best of luck to you, Nacho. We're going to really miss you. That number 18, it's going to be tough to live up to. It's going to be real tough to live up to, but I think our boys can figure it out. I think our boys can handle that situation. Now, Elneny has been sent out on a 1-year loan to Besiktas, which is in Turkey. And another player who's been absolutely brilliant when he needs to be, just a consummate professional, putting his head down, doing the work, getting the job done when necessary. Yeah, he's a bit erratic on the pitch. Yeah, he runs kind of like a China to bull shop where you don't really know where he's going at times. You don't really think he's coordinated, but he helps out in a tremendous way. He brings stamina, energy, and I hope in Besiktas, for that 1 year, he could push that team up. And, you got Fenerbahce, you got Galatasaray in that league to compete against. So Elneny, hopefully, a lot of first-team action. We see some growth, and maybe, just maybe, you come back a better player. You're still on our squad. We keep it going, and I don't know. But best of luck to Elneny in his 1-year loan spell in Besiktas. And so, as an Arsenal fan, all we can really do is just kind of wait it out, right? Because this European transfer deadline, there might be more moves. Who the hell knows? I know a lot of minor youngsters are out the window because, yeah, that's kind of part of the process, right? But, in these competitive fixtures of the Premier League, it's very hard to say what's a winning formula. It really is, because yeah, you can have the youngsters that we just talked about developing. You can have the professionals, within those mid to late 20s guys, just been around the block, they're in their prime, all that shit. We don't really, there's a lot of mystery and exotic nature in figuring out a winning formula. But a lot of times what we see is youth can be exciting, absolutely can be exciting, but they're going to get their teeth knocked in, and a lot of life lessons will be learned. I mean, we've seen that with the Frank Lampard, team the last few weeks, and of course they got the win with Abraham. And conversely, it's been working kind of in reverse for Manchester United, where we see the exciting prospect of what they can potentially be. I mean, that 4-0 win against Chelsea, yeah, granted, similar situation where, Chelsea was playing all youngsters, but simultaneously, man, that was a complete beatdown of Chelsea. It was brilliant to watch. But Premier League match day 4. We're in our 4th week now. Holy fuck, it's crazy, right? But week 4, just caught the 4:30 a.m. match. It was Manchester United versus Southampton in Southampton at St. Mary's. Which is, again, people kind of forget this, but Southampton is a pretty difficult place to go to. I mean, in terms of trying to get a result out. And United, despite Daniel James in the first half netting a beauty of a goal. I mean, he just beat the fucking defender, powered that, just right above the goalkeeper, and makes it 1-0 during halftime. And you begin to wonder, if you're a United fan, you're ecstatic, you're over the moon, United just got a lead. But if you're just watching the football, you have to realize that Southampton really played well that first half. Southampton was honestly creating more chances. Southampton, yes, despite the misses, looked like the better team in that first half. Yeah, despite the goal. Absolutely. I absolutely do think that. Where Southampton looked organized and clinical when, in the third of their offense, I couldn't really say the same thing for United until maybe the last 10 minutes of this match. And really, what drove it home was the fact that Southampton got an equalizer a couple minutes after, halftime ends. And you look at United and think, you held this lead. You had this lead. But whether it was laziness in the back, whether it was just unawareness, the optics didn't look great. It really didn't. And as much as United was trying to scrape out something in the last 10 minutes, Southampton was able to hold on and push out a result. 1 point in a draw against Manchester United at home. Hey, kudos to Southampton for turning out that result. I believe they could have gotten a win if a couple of those early chances in the first half goes in. But who the hell knows? Maybe if 1 or 2 of those goals in, the dynamic of that game completely changes, and maybe United wins 3-2. Who the fuck knows? But at the end of the day, the result holds. 1-0. Southampton, Manchester United. For Manchester United fans, this could be viewed in 2 ways, obviously. If you're a cynic, you're going to think this is the worst fucking thing possible. There is no creativity at all happening. Offense look tired. They absolutely look disinterested at times. And then you have a defense where, yeah, they're still trying to gel together, but they make these second half mistakes which cost them dearly. We've seen them in the Crystal Palace match. We've seen it in this match here against Southampton. And again, you just have to be wondering, if you're a United fan, which side of the glass are you? Yes, there's a cynical route. There's also the optimistic route where you think, Solskjaer is trying to figure out these young cats still. And we have to realize that this guy hasn't been a year in. He's not even a year in at this point. And yet we are so quick to judge and think, this guy's going to be out. He's already going to be done. Yeah, he signed a long-term contract, and the reality of the Premier League right now is you're either competing with high caliber level players that are going to be in the Champions League, and you are, by God, your books are going to be crazy good in terms of finances. You're paying a shit ton of money to these players. Liverpool, Manchester City, and I hate to say it, but Tottenham. These are teams that, other clubs around the Premier League, they're trying to emulate. Liverpool, namely, a lot of clubs like Arsenal, United, I feel like they're trying to model off of the success that Liverpool's had. And you see, if that's the case, then you got to be patient. And I know certain United fans are willing to have that patience and exercise that patience, yes. But a lot of other ones, I feel like it's kind of this whole fandom thing where it's a half and half. You have the complete fucking cynics who are just absolutely unbearable. And then you have the, bubble, fuck, I was about to say bubble. But, bubble dreams, everything's fine and dandy guy, who's annoying as shit, by the way, just, the glory days of United. Like, dude, come on, man. Of course, I said two, but there's really three. There's also the realist, the centrist, the reality. Right? That's the fan that can cheer when things are good, but also accept the reality of what's happening with their club. Haven't really met a lot of those Manchester United fans, though. So, yeah, it's usually either or. It really is, man. There's really not a lot of in-betweens. But as of right now, if you're United, what are you really complaining about? What are you really complaining about? Yeah, Daniel James is 21 years old. He's scoring goals, but he also has a yellow card issue. He is going to grow into that role. He is. Just be patient. Pogba. It's not the same guy right now. He's not. Maybe it's a confidence thing. Maybe it's a mentality thing. I don't know. But what it looks like to me is that kind of same vibe of what I've seen from Alexis Sanchez during his time in Arsenal, where I thought, you really want to leave that way? You really want to leave with, a half-assed effort on the pitch, and you just being a complete cancer? Oh boy. And here's the thing, I do like Pogba. I do. I hope he does well, even though it's Manchester United. I know that. It's a weird, oxymoronic thing that I always have to juggle out of my head and on my arguments, but he's a fantastic player. And right now, his confidence, I feel his confidence is shot. Mentally, he's just not there. He's not the Pogba, the Pog beast that we know from the past. And would a change of scenery do it? I don't know. I think by October, we're going to really see what Manchester United is. September, I always feel, is too early. August, September is one of those times where you think, okay, cool, man. You've had a couple of fixtures. You can generally see it, yes. But I think by October, it's really when you know what team you're going to see. It's really when you know what kind of squad you're going to witness from a Premier League side. And for Manchester United, yeah, these are early hiccups. Granted, these are early hiccups. And you got those fucking internet nerds. United fans, you know what I'm talking about. I can level with you, right? I'm an Arsenal fan, but I can level with you motherfuckers. You got all these sports meme pages ragging on all your players. Oh, stats. Here's a stat. Out of context. Here you go. What? What the fuck am I supposed to do with this shit? Masturbate? Like, what the fuck? Dude. And Lingard has his score. Alright. I mean, what are we going to do with that information, though? Right? Just going to bitch at me with it? Same motherfuckers who go 3-6 with LeBron. They're like 6-0. Like, yeah, dude, like a championship. Like, I can feel you. I'm still on, the MG train, but simultaneously, like, shut up. Shut up. Just trying to prove a stupid point. Using stats with no context. You're just an idiot. That's what I always say. My God, I want to drill that into your fucking head, kids. Stats without context, statistics without context and perspective is fucking meaningless. It is. Because I could say, I threw 5 balls. All right. Did you throw 5 balls in football, baseball, because context really does make a difference. If you threw 5 balls in baseball, goddamn, get to the bench. You fucking suck. You threw balls in football. Again, context and perspective. Was it completed? Was it good enough? I don't know. We'll have to see. Stats, meaningless without context. Most of you dumb motherfuckers are just gonna sprout, like, you're just gonna fucking spew numbers at me. You're gonna spew numbers at me and just assume that I know what the fuck you're talking about, and I'm just gonna look at you like you're a jackass, right? So context, boys and girls, context and perspective. Is it too hard? For you idiots, it might be, but hey, leaving you with that brain teaser, I'm gonna go ahead and sign out. So follow me at the Sky Lounge and all the links in the description below. Like, comment, subscribe for more daily contents from me and the puppies. Another feature from the puppies. Now fuck off.